Hi everyone, this is Misha from Made Up Research, and today we're looking at new Catrice makeup. I have so much stuff here. We have some sparkles, we have some new lip products, we have a broken powder that I had to fix, we have a new setting spray, like there is so much stuff. So keep on watching if you want to see how the new launches perform. I think we're going to start with complexion as usual. I do have the new Aqua Splash Grip Fixing Spray, which is supposed to be a hydrating, long-wearing setting spray for fresh, non-drying finish. Aloe vera and glycerin are the main ingredients. It has a very violent spray. Okay, that is actually pretty sticky. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but it does have a friend, which is this Aqua Grip Primer, which is a nice hydrating, grippy primer. I have been using this in the summer for two of my friends on their wedding day, and I gotta say that it was like the best decision ever. It worked really well for both of their skin types and the makeup lasted beautifully. I kind of wanted to take this video as an opportunity to test out some of the older products as well, in case you missed them, because I don't think we should, diminish products just because they're not the newest launch. So for my foundation, I'm going to take the Soft Glam Filter Stick from Catrice, which is kind of their spin on all the glow filter craze thing. Just in a stick form, which I do quite enjoy. And it does give you a beautiful luminous finish. I have the shade 10 Fair Light. I have been using this mostly as like a really, quick out of the door in 5 minutes kind of foundation. She's nice and luminous. I gotta admit, the blending was a bit difficult on that very sticky base, but I think we're nice and blended now. If you're looking for something very luminous light coverage, this is a wonderful product. For the concealer, I'm going to take the Catrice Instant Bright Serum Concealer. Again, this is not an old product at all. I have been using this quite a bit as well. Medium coverage. It's, again, a very everyday product for me. And I'm just going to put this in the areas where I want to brighten my face a little bit and where I want to add a little bit of coverage. Now from the new products, I do have the new Catrice Sculpt and Charm, what is it called? Contour Stick. Looks like this. I have the shade Ash, which is supposed to be like the lightest contour shade. And it is incredibly creamy and the shade is on point. Like this is on the level of the Fenty Beauty Amber. Beautiful. If you have fair skin, if you want like a really cool toned, almost leaning gray contour shade, this is gorgeous. So I'm going to apply just a little bit because this goes like such a long way. I may not even go in with like the stick because I did that a couple times already and I just wasn't a good idea. So I'm just going to take a small brush and work it in from my hand. Still, like there's so much payoff on this. It's crazy. I just like to place my contour where I have the natural shadow on my face, which when you look at the place I didn't contour at all, it's like right here. So I'm just gonna do that. I definitely wouldn't recommend going straight in on your face with a stick because it's gonna result in so much product on the face that you do not need. There we go. I'm just gonna add a tiny bit on my forehead as well. And there we go. I would definitely recommend this. I'm so impressed by this contour stick. The creamiest I have ever tried. Next, I'm going to set my under eyes. Maybe you saw on my Instagram, I did get the new Bright and Blur Airbrush powder in the shade Pink Luminance, and it came totally broken. So I did try to salvage it a little bit. I did not have anything to press it down with. So it's a bit, it may not be like the most representative result, but I wanted to see how the shade looks on me, so we will see. To give it a fair shot, I'm gonna take a powder puff for my under eyes. Oh, it's very, very pink looking. And here we can see the side by side. I mean, it is a little bit pink. It's a lot more pink in person than it is on the camera, I think. But it's not the worst. I'm gonna use it on the other side as well. I honestly don't hate this. This is not bad at all. The texture feels so nice. It is a little bit glowy and it's a bit blurring as well. When you swatch it, it does seem like a genuinely really nice powder that is not super drying, but why did it have to break? So there's that. I quite like that. I think I'm going to use it on the rest of my T-zone as well. I just have to be very careful with the amount because I don't want to look too pink. For the next product for my cheeks, I do have this Catrice Diamond Haze Jelly Highlighter Stick. I don't think I had the chance to use this yet. This could either be a highlighter or a blush for me, because it is very glittery, but it also has like a bit of a pink tint to it. So I feel like we might want to go both. I'm going to try it as a highlighter first using my Made by Mitchell brush. I like this one for like creamy jelly formulas. I'm going to apply it from the tube. Okay, I don't think I need to use this one as a blush. It does have a bit of a color to it, but it's not too intense. Maybe if I applied it straight from the tube to the face, I would go more for the blush area, but this is gorgeous. It is a bit glittery though, so just, note that when you use it. I do love these jelly stick formulas, and I do really enjoy this one. I think it's gorgeous. Now I'm gonna take a little bit of that powder and set the rest of my face very lightly. I don't want to be too matte. I also want to avoid that highlighter. I just kind of wanted to see how the powder looks on like larger areas. It does look pretty flawless, but it also looks a little bit heavy. Like if I go really up close to the camera, I hope you can see. It's like not really meshing with my skin as well. Maybe it's like the powder and foundation combo. I don't know. I think this is like one of those combos that kind of looks great in pictures and like when you're a bit far from the person, but up close, it does look a bit heavy. But I'm not like mad at it. It might be the foundation as well. The powder feels great on the skin. I'm just really sad that it broke. So I cannot really give you like a full honest review, but from what I can tell, I think it's a nice powder. And now it's time for the eyes. I did just put a little bit of brow gel in my eyebrows and I primed my eyelids because we have some wonderful new eye products. So as you may remember, recently I tested the Catrice Drunken Diamonds eyeshadow sticks. And I wasn't super happy with those, to be honest with you. They just weren't really giving me what I wanted them to give me. However, this week I found the Drunken Diamond Jelly Topper sticks. And I got all 3 shades because I just had to. So we got 3 beautiful shades. One is called Moonlight Glow. Then we have Blossom Light and Sunset Spark. So let's swatch them and look at them while we can. First is the Moonlight Glow. This one is kind of like a platinum silver with pink and blue in it. It does look really pretty. The Blossom Light seems to have like a bit of a pinker base, but only very slightly. And the main shimmer is like pink and blue and purple. And this Sunset Spark has like an orangey brown base, but a very similar tone of glitters. But you also have gold. So there's like gold, blue, and pink. It looks like this. These look stunning. These look like edible. So gorgeous. It's the beautiful cooling jelly formula that has been everywhere nowadays. I love all 3 of these. So far, I'm way happier with these than with the eyeshadow sticks, I have to say. Like, these are a clear winner for me. What I also have, which is new and sparkly, is the new Catrice Jewel Glide Effect Eye Pencil, which is a waterproof eye pencil with some beautiful shades. I have the shade Black Diamond, which is a sparkly black, and I've been loving this actually so much. It's really creamy, and on the other side of the pencil you have this little like sponge that you can use to smudge it, which is super effective. Like, this is so freaking 90s, but it always worked so well. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead mostly with a pencil for the base, and then I'm gonna use the jelly shadows to create some kind of nice effect. We can figure it out, So first I'm just gonna apply it to the upper lash line and try smudging it with the sponge. Like a really nice and grungy shade. And I like that you can actually see quite a lot of the sparkle in it. It is so freaking creamy. Like, this is super easy to apply, super easy to move. But I feel like once it's somewhere, it doesn't really budge, which I'm a great fan of. Okay, this might be like one of my favorite smoky looks I've ever done. It looks like messy, but also really neat at the same time. These pencils are definitely a hit. I'm gonna take a little bit of some neutral eyeshadow to like buff out the bottom. So we're looking like nice and grungy. I really like this. Now for the shimmer, I'm gonna go in with the Sunset Spark on the bottom because I feel like I want like a darker shimmer in there. I'm also gonna kind of run it along like this little eyeshadow line that I just created. This is how I used to do my makeup at like 2008 or something. And then higher up, I'm gonna take the Moonlight Glow and I just want it to like fade into this sparkly goodness. I gotta say though, these are not as sparkly as the Essence ones. So if you are looking for that like metallic silver sparkle, this is not it. This is like a cute, you know, a little bit of silver. They're definitely good quality, good formula. I feel like the colors, definitely something to look out for. I'm not sure how this is gonna look, but I do have a new mascara, which is brown. This is their Tubing Staying Place Volume Mascara, which I love, but now they make it in brown. So I'm just gonna, you know, put it on and see, because even if it looks crazy, I still want to see how the shade looks, and I want to show you how the shade looks. It does look a little wild with the black liner, I gotta say. Okay, this was the messiest application I ever did. Alrighty, that is it. Those are the lashes. It looks a little crazy, but the brown is still pretty dark, so it's not too bad. I think I made up my mind now. I don't like how the complexion looks, and I think it might be the foundation with a powder, like not a good combo. I'm going to go in with my new lip product. So I have the Catrice Gel Glide Long Lasting Lip Liner. I have the shade Sip and Slay, which is this beautiful, like very warm toned brown. I'm not sure how that's gonna look. We're just gonna see. Oh, that is glidey. This is like so much darker than I expected. It looks like completely different color on my lips and on my hand. It feels like a gel eyeliner that is not gonna budge. I'm kind of hopeful for that. And then while I'm looking a little bit crazy, I have two of the new Filler Supreme lip glosses. When I first saw these online, I was convinced that these were gonna be one of those, you know, irritating either chili or menthol or whatever glosses to plump your lips up. Now, it's not the case, which is great news because I usually have allergic reactions to these. These are only packed with peptides and hyaluronic acid, so they do make your lips beautiful, plump, smooth, huge, but don't irritate them, which I think is wonderful. So I'm gonna take the shade Say Less, Serve More, which is this gorgeous brown. This has been like my everyday gloss for like a week now. It has a nice thick doe foot applicator with like a little well in the middle. Oh yeah. What a combo. Gorgeous. It is that really like thick, gliding, you know, gloss formula, similar to the Rare Beauty glosses actually, and also similar to Fenty glosses. I freaking love this so much. And I also have the shade, the Sugar Coated Truth, which is like a pearlescent nude. So I'm gonna put a little bit of that in the middle of the lip. Just a bit to like lighten it up. And now the test of the faith. This is the Aqua Splash Grip Fixing Spray. Let's see if this makes my face insanely sticky or not. It is aggressive, but not bad. This is the final look. The lip is a mood, I gotta say. Like, the lip is... Honestly, I'm like blown away by so many of these. First off, I gotta say, I don't love the complexion. I think the combo is a little bit, I don't know, it just feels and looks a little bit heavy for my taste. However, the main stars of the complexion, of course, are the contour stick. Like, this is stunning. Also, this Diamond Haze Jelly Highlighter, I do love the jelly highlighter formulas, the jelly eyeshadow formulas. It brings us to these that I also really enjoy. The mascara, I already know I like. The eye pencil, gorgeous formula, beautiful for the price. Not much better you can go. Same thing with the lip liner. I feel like there's something, like some innovation going on in terms of pencils, because there are so many eye pencils and lip pencils being launched now. I feel like there's some, like, you know, something new in the common space. That is why everybody is launching new ones. Also, I do love deeply these Filler Supreme glosses. The powder I cannot really speak on, but I do like the shade of it more than I thought. When it comes to the finish, I'm not sure if it's not looking too heavy just because it was, you know, broken and then put together by yours truly. So Who knows? I don't really want to speak on that. Yeah, so that is it. Oh my god, this is a look. So yeah, that was everything new from Catrice Cosmetics that I was able to get my hands on now. Let me know what you think. How do you feel about the look? How do you feel about the products? Also, my face isn't sticky. I'm very happy to report that. Like this video if you enjoyed it. I do a lot of these drugstore makeup testing videos, so subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And I will see you on the next one. Bye!